Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're looking at the Baofeng 25R. This is a much bigger radio, as you can tell, compared to the standard. This is a 10 watt, well I'd say standard, with the typical Baofeng UV5R. And so this has got a 10 watt output, 2800 milliamp battery, so as you can see the battery is huge. It's also got the ability for Type-C USB charging at the back. So right here at the back, that is USB-C type charging. Now the antenna it does come with is this thing right here. The only thing I don't like is the weight balance. So for some reason, when I'm using this radio, or well, not even when I'm using it, just when it's standing up, if that antenna isn't pointed in a bit of an angle, because of how high it is and how heavy it is, it kind of knocks the radio over, then the radio knocks itself over from the balance. So what I have done is, if we just move back, is got an extendable antenna. So here are some of the features. So we've got a nice metal spinning wheel, the turning knob to turn the radio on and off. We've got a colour LCD screen. Now in the sun it is difficult to see, but like most screens, that is just a normal thing for LCD colour screens, even like on a phone. The buttons, as you can tell, are a lot larger, and then if we move to the side we can see our push to talk button, and then we have 3 more buttons. So this one at the top, it looks like a recording button, so this is a channel scanning button. So if I hold this down, search for Ultra VHF, press the hash, then we got VHF, then press 200, that's a 200 MHz frequency, and then ultra high frequency again. So, have a walkie-talkie, I'm transmitting, let's hold it down, and there we go. We are now on the same frequency, and as you can see, 114.8, it even has the same code as well. So it's also matched the code as well, and now, it talks to each other, and it's done the scanning all by itself. Next feature, let's move to the side. We'll start with the minus. So we're going to press the minus button. Well, let's remove ourselves from the scan. Right, so start with the minus button. Our lovely torch, as always. And then we're going to press the plus button, and we're going to hit the radio. That is a programmable radio, either typing in the frequency or up and down. I'm just trying to keep it muted because the last thing I want to be doing is playing copyrighted music. And then we press the red button to return. Now the menu button is pretty easy, it's just a green one, and we can tap through all our features. I usually program it through Chirp, so I never have to do this. And then we have a small microphone, as you can see just at the bottom right, and then the speaker is a lot bigger as well. It's a decent sized speaker, it works well for me. You do have to turn it up to get it loud, it will sit very quietly, but there is quite a twist on the turn wheel, as you can see, so you can really get it to what you want. It's got the standard clip. Now it does have a normal, I call them docking station, a radio docking station charging, but it doesn't come with one of them. It comes with a USB-C cable, as you can just charge the battery via USB-C. And then, as usual, on the side we've got the microphone and speaker inputs. So let's pop this baby down, and there you can see it's a standard metal speaker and microphone radio. So I'm very impressed with this radio. I don't really take it out with me because of its bulkiness. As you can see, it's bigger than my hand, but sat at home, this has worked brilliant. I get great signals, to be fair. I've gone onto signals, got a friend of mine to kind of shout out to me while I've been inside and he's been inside his house, and that's still about half a mile away, and to be fair, I can hear it clear as day. Obviously, you've also got to remember though that it'll be more down to the sensitivity of the radio, as although it does have a 10 watt output, obviously as radios go, the person transmitting would also need a 10 watt output, and they are using a 5 watt output on a Quangsheng. No, not Quangsheng actually. It is a Baofeng UV5R, ironically. I was just thinking then, because I've got I give him a radio to try to get him into the hobby, and now he's into it as well, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, this has just been a quick look at the radio. There's not too much to go off here. I mean, like here we've got a little loop, you can put a lanyard in. The menu settings, they're all the same, there's nothing different in the settings. We can jump through all the different channels, A and B. We've got memory channels and frequency channels. So there's nothing, I guess, different. It's just a bigger radio. The battery life is a hell of a lot longer. I've literally left this thing on scanning permanently for 3 days, 2-3 days straight, and it still had some battery left in it. It's really impressive. And obviously, in theory, you're not really going to be transmitting tons, so the battery life on this is brilliant. So for me personally, out and about, I'm going to be using my Quansheng, which is probably my favourite radio I have, or I'm going to be using the Baofeng. But as home base, when I'm at home and I'm scanning, listening to radio frequencies or seeing if I can get a copy, 9 times out of 10 I'm using this radio to do it. It is a brilliant radio. It's firm, it's heavy, it's got great battery life, a really great speaker. I can really turn the volume up, and yeah, obviously interchangeable antennas, which I've got this nice extendable one right here by HYS. I'm a fan of it. It extends pretty well. But yeah, so the one thing I'd say to look out for is you may be changing the antenna, because this does make a difference because it's so top heavy on the antenna. If it is angled too far forward or too far backwards, if you've got it standing like I have, it will fall. There's nothing you can do. It's just the weight, and obviously physics, you know, at the end of the day, it's top heavy, it will fall forward, it will fall backwards. So I would recommend getting a new antenna for it. I've tried a few. I've tried a whip antenna, I've tried this extension antenna. It does seem to improve receiving, it doesn't seem to cause any issues. I'm not really sure what type of antenna this is. Someone in the comments will probably be able to tell me what this is, but obviously since it has come with the radio, I'm guessing it's probably not going to be the most expensive radio. Now, this radio, I have just seen it on AliExpress before for £22. I think I picked it up at £35 a couple of months ago. Obviously, there's always sales. I can leave a link in the description if you want, but I know this is one of those radios that isn't popular as the others. I don't know if there's much customizable software on it either, because when I am looking online, I'm not seeing a lot of videos on this Baofeng. That's why I thought I'd try and make one. I've done one on how to program it, which, if you're wondering, I'm going to leave a link in the description on how to program that. But as a quick thing, in Chirp, you want to use the Baofeng UV17 Pro as the program. When it asks what radio it is, use that radio. It seems to use the same software, and no issues. I've programmed it back and forth multiple times. I've not had any issues. It's not affected the radio in any way. Maybe Chirp will support it in the future, but in truth, it is probably just the 17 kind of repackaged into a bigger battery and a bigger radio, so you can kind of look like someone of Stranger Things. Do you copy? Do you copy? Because the radio is quite big like that, to be fair. So let's just go and grab another Baofeng, and we'll go and compare the size. Right, so as we can see, there is quite the size difference between this beautiful Baofeng, which honestly, the design I'm in love with, it is brilliant, and this radio here. There is quite a difference. And obviously you're going to notice that in the battery size as well, because this is a very deep battery, whereas as you can see this is a very small battery as well. So you can definitely tell that there is going to be a huge difference in battery life. I'm not actually sure what battery this Baofeng UV has. Let's have a look. 1800 milliamp, and this one's a 20,800 milliamp battery. I may have said that wrong in the beginning of the video, but yeah, it's a 28,000 milliamp battery, so you can obviously tell there is a humongous difference right there. So I hope this video has been informative. I hope it's been helpful. It may have convinced you to support the radio, it may have put you off it, as obviously Baofeng have done a new radio that has the same screen built into one of these, which is also a great option. But as a home-based radio, we just want something a bit thicker, a bit more rugged. This is a brilliant radio. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's not been too boring and it's been informative. If it has been either